morning everyone, my name is Anna and welcome to Cactus Caffeine. In this channel, I share with you my passion of growing cactus and other desert plants over a cup of coffee. Today I will be doing some yard work. So I'm out here in my backyard and I will be doing some work on my desert gardens. I have 3 desert gardens, so you're looking at one of them. And I will be doing some moving things around, some pruning, some cleaning, and I am ready. I am armed with my tools and I am protected as well with these gloves. So I would like to thank Morzejar for sending me these gloves and letting me try it out. So this is sold in Amazon as a rose and cactus pruning gloves. This one that they sent me is medium size, so it's a little bit big for my hands, but I have tiny hands, guys. So I like it because it covers way up until way past my elbow, so very good. And you can adjust this too if you want to tighten it. So I am ready. You know, I'm dealing with cactus and you know how difficult that is if you have a spiny cactus to work with. So let's get this going and let's see how things will work out. The first thing in my agenda today is to move this pot of Opuntia cinnamon bunny ears back against the wall. As you can see right beside it, I planted an Opuntia centaureata 2 years ago, and this has grown since then. And if you look at it on the other side here, it is starting to hit the pot and it could not grow upright. So I have to move this Opuntia bunny ears farther to give the centaureata more space to grow. However, this Opuntia cinnamon bunny ears is full of glochids, so this is a nightmare to deal with. You just shake this pot slightly, you will send all those glochids falling and flying in the air and sticking on you. So I will show you a trick on how to deal with these glochids. I had to put a stake in front of this centaureata because it was leaning forward. The pot was hitting it, so it couldn't grow upright. So I'm going to remove this stake for now, and then we will move the pot. So this is a trick that I learned on how to deal with glochids. So get them wet. So somehow the water will weigh them down and it will let the glochids stick on the pads. So when you move the cactus, the glochids does not fall or fly in the air as much as when it is dry. After getting them wet, I am not going to stop there. So what I will do is wrap them in a bag. So what I'm using here, this is a clean trash bag. So I am going to wrap this over the cactus because I do not want to accidentally brush on this cactus while I carry or while I move this pot. So very gently just try to wrap it on top and over the cactus. So at this point, I need help. So I called my husband, and the only way he would help me is if I let him use the long gloves. He doesn't want to go anywhere near glochids either. So we're just carefully moving the pot, trying very hard not to damage any of the plants or the cactus around it. So this is a very heavy pot, by the way. So now that I have removed the pot, what I want to do is move the pot backwards closer to the wall and away from the Opuntia. And I'm going to put some height to it, so I'm going to elevate the pot. So I might have to put in more dirt and rocks right here just to give it some height. So what I did right here is I cover the plants around with pots just so I don't accidentally brush or rub myself against them because they have vicious spines. And I'll also do the same with this agave because that has vicious spines at the tips of it. After clearing up this portion at the back wall, I add some bricks for some height. And then now we are ready to move back the pot of Opuntia back against the garden. So as you can see, the plastic did its job. So even though we brush onto it, you know, the glochids won't touch our skin. So just a matter of getting this straight and then everything is all set. All right, mission accomplished, at least for this section of the garden. So I was able to put or push that pot of the cinnamon bunny ears back against the wall and farther from the Santa Rita Opuntia cactus, and I could almost feel the sigh of relief of this Opuntia. So now it can grow better, and hopefully it has more space now to grow so it can grow upright. Alright, and then I also did a little bit of cleaning up around it, and then I rearranged the rocks. Good morning once again. So this is day 2 of my winter gardening, fixing, and cleaning up of my backyard. So this is another section in my backyard which badly needs some pruning and cleaning. So to start off with this plant, I forgot the name of this plant, but this is very common here in the desert. So this has a lot of spines or thorns. So this is very difficult to deal with. But I need to cut the bottom leaves because every time I come here and brush on it, it scratches my skin and attaches to my clothing. And then, oh, this Cactus Gladys penis is blooming. And then the asparagus fern there in the middle that needs to be pruned as well. This has a lot of thorns, so it is difficult to hold this with bare hands. So I will definitely need the gloves for this one. I would probably leave the cactus Opuntia as is for now. And then this bottle brush bush will just give it some shape. Every plant in this section has either thorns or spines. I don't know. Looks like usually most of or many of the desert plants really have thorns or spines on them. So it will be very challenging, you know, when you do gardening and you deal with plants like this blue glow agave. I need to trim the bottom leaves, take out the dead leaves, but the ends of these leaves, they are very sharp. So other people prefer to cut off the ends, but I leave it as is for now. So those are very sharp, and I also have a rose bush in here that needs to be trimmed down. Okay, so let's get this part of the garden started. I like this blue glow agave because it doesn't grow very big very fast, and it also doesn't throw off little pops like other agaves that have runners and then you end up with lots of agaves all around it. This one doesn't throw off any pops, so it stays compact and small. The bottom leaves are very easy to clean. As you can see, you just pull on them. They easily come off, especially when they are already dry. And then for the tougher ones, you can just use shears to cut off the leaves to make it tidier. If you keep this agave under a shadier position, it will have that bluish green color on the leaves. But then mine is under full sun, so mine is always green or yellow green in color. This is a red rose bush, and I will give this a little bit of a pruning, but I don't want to cut it real low because I want this bush to grow taller. Alright everyone, so today is the next day because yesterday when I finished, I lost daylight. I finished pretty late. So today I just want to show you what I did in this section of my garden. So I trimmed this plant, I trimmed the bottom leaves, so it looks kind of like the top of a pineapple right now. So at least when I walk beside or around this plant, I won't get scratched anymore with the leaves. And then I also cut off the top portion, the dead or the dried up ends of the leaves to make it look prettier and tidier. And then I trimmed the asparagus fern right there on the back. I did some trimming in there, as well as this asparagus fern right here also. I trimmed it down. This one grows very quick, guys, so normally I would trim this like twice a year, but it grows back very fast. And then this bottle brush bush as well, I did a little bit of trimming. And here is the blue glow agave. So this one at the bottom, so I cleaned out all the dead leaves at the bottom. Okay, and then this rose also got a little bit of a pruning. I actually see a lot of new growth already in this rose, so it's definitely coming out of its winter dormancy. And then back in here, I still have a lot of section to work with here at the back, and I have these opuntia pads in here that I have rooted. They came from this opuntia big ficus indica, opuntia ficus indica right here. When I trimmed this, I rooted the pads, and they've all rooted already in their pots, and they're actually waiting in here because I plan to expand this garden right here and make it like an experiment section. I'll be planting out different types of desert plants and cacti here, but then I would have to have these, as you can see, this plumbing or sprinkler wires here. There's a lot because when we got the when we moved into this house, somehow the previous owners just left all the sprinklers half done like this, so it looks messy. So we would have to call somebody like an expert to fix all these connections. Obviously I won't be needing the sprinklers here, so we would probably just keep the main line and get rid of all the other extra tubings in here. So until I get that fixed, my project here would have to wait. And then I actually have a cotillo right here that I got as a cutting last year in fall, and I just stuck it here in the ground. I am not sure if it's still alive. I have one here and another one right there. So I'm not sure. This spring I will know if it is still alive. But yeah, I have plants waiting here, ready to be planted, but I still have to get this section fixed first. Alright, so that's all the yard work that we will be doing, at least for now. So thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, I hope you will give me a thumbs up. And if you like cactus and other desert plants, don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. Okay, until my next video again, bye guys, and cheers!